The K&N Railroad is a very good railroad. The rail fan on. The rail fan trains like the Lakeville Limited. You can look for bugs in the tracks with the work train pushed or pulled by Blocks Island number 210 or the Egipede logging code number 6. But what if I told you that the railroad had a war with the Zays and the female haters? Everybody knew that there was going to be a big Robloxian war, so they got ready, and they came out and the armies came out in droves. Before the war, the K&N Railroad released a new train called the Lakeville Limited. It originally consisted of one seat car in the front behind the engine and five other old Western running cars in very dark red. The lead engines in those days were nickel plate were Southern Pacific 4449 and Robloxian RR number 97. Today it has a full set of high-watt coaches and is pulled by nickel plate road 765. But trolls were messing up the train, were messing up the Lakeville Limited and how it ran. So one day in July, we declared war with the Zays and K&N haters. This was the start of the Great K&N War of July and August. So all engines of the K&N Railroad began delivering gamer war supplies and other things that we needed to defeat the Zays and haters, and female haters, so they could get banned. One of these engines in particular were named Craig. He was the backbone of the war, and he was determined to stop it. At the front of the train was Randall. He fell off the mountain back in 2006. That has left tens of people gone. And that karma catched up with him nearly 13 years later. The Zays used a hack very unknown to the public, and that caused them to give building perms to themselves and remove track and other objects along the route. When Randall saw this, he braced for impact, or should I say, his driver. The Zays and female haters replaced the bridge as soon as Randall started to fall. After that, I saw what happened to my locomotive and put it in the chat. I typed to my best Roblox friend BNSF 22334 that come to the overland route that Randall crashed. And Grant, our head switcher, had rushed to the scene right away. BNSF 22334 looked down at the crash and knew that they won't be able to get it down from there without having to delete it. So we went to the delete menu and we deleted it. Meanwhile, with the Lakeville Limited, no one was trolling the train since we disabled the C cart. So whoever was at the front could if it was a troll and he or she was at the front, they can decouple the engine from the train. Instead, we had them rail fan the train. So and WFR at GPM 60 named Gary was put on the long distance runs of the Lakeville Limited, like when we were going on the Rio Grande interchange. But there was one problem with the train, though. Remember the hack with that had been brought out by the Zays earlier? They did it again with the Trinidad Bridge. The Zays removed a good part of the bridge. The Zays removed the bridge, causing the engine that was crossing the bridge to fall and nearly destroy the Limited. All the K&N fans, not haters, had came to the wreck to examine what happened. Upon examination, they found that it was a Burlington Northern diesel locomotive, more specifically, I don't know what it is. It seemed to be a Burlington Northern diesel engine with the Rockford Line's caboose. After cleaning up the mess and a crash and not replacing the bridge, we have set off, and the Lakeville Express ran until another hiccup in the operation of it. Meanwhile, life in Junction City was a nightmare. Trains were crashing into the town of La Coette at night. Zay bombers were bombing Gentex City, and we got them absolutely wrecked by the K&N itself. Meanwhile, at the New Northern Railroad to Lockwood Sheds, a hacker by the name of Charles Wood Stone had hijacked one of the K&N's oldest engines, number 43. We tried everything we knew. I tried everything I knew to stop it, but instead it just derailed the car behind the locomotive. And what did they do? They kept running until they crashed into some freight car. After acquiring some narrow gauge locomotives, we had enough things to finish off the last battle of the K&N War, the Battle of Trinidad. At the 4th mile box on the Rio Grande interchange, we were getting ready to take on the evil Zays. That afternoon, all the engines of the K&N except one, the old Western 440 type number 97, Craig, has not came for the final battle of the war. Then all of a sudden, the bombers come out. They use their combat packs to defeat the Zay bombers, in which Julia and the female haters came too. When the K&N team bombed, and when they bombed hard. They took down 4 of the bombers, 4 out of 6. One of them landed pretty near the lineup, and then flew away to another dimension that we don't know about. The other 2 were took down, but there was another problem before the end of the war. The female haters. They were standing on the tracks, and the fastest engine on the K&N had named Mick Zoomer had came and completely flung them out of the game. The railroad had a field day celebrating until they couldn't anymore. So, if you like this video, make sure to like and subscribe, and goodbye.